Good evening, everyone. I want to give you a quick weather update. Across central Mississippi, much colder tonight. That Arctic air is moving in. If you take a step outside, you're undoubtedly going to feel it. Already in the teens and rolling forward. Yazoo City, Durant, Vicksburg, Carthage, Hazelhurst. 17 degrees in many of those areas. 23 here in Jackson, 24 in Hattiesburg. Winds coming up out of the north, coming down from the northwest, making it feel extremely cold. Feeling like 3 degrees in Yazoo City, Carthage, and Brookhaven. Feeling like 10 here in the metro. A cold night is ahead. We do have lots of clouds out there as well, but we are dry across central Mississippi. That freezing line well off to our south and east, and now that we're all getting to where we are below freezing, we're going to continue talking about the potential for some slick roadways. Now, you may be saying, well, there's no precipitation out there now. There isn't. We will stay dry tonight, but that icing that already occurred this morning, ice is still on the roads in many areas. I know here in the metro we have mostly clear roads, but there is still moisture out there from all that rain. And so whatever moisture has not evaporated will likely refreeze tonight into black ice. So we're going to keep talking about the potential for some slick roadways. This is the last 24 hours. You can see it was mostly rain early on, changed into a mix of freezing rain and rain this morning. Western counties west of 55 saw mostly freezing rain, while east of the interstate in Jackson, we saw a mix of both. The further east you went, the less freezing rain you actually did see. Put this into motion here again. Heading throughout this morning, changed back to rain, back to freezing rain, and then it moved out. Now, we did have lots of icing reports west of I-55, which is where you would expect them to be, because east of the interstate was mostly rain. Now, this is where we are now with the winter weather. The wintry mix is done. We're still not done with the hazards as a result of it, though, especially up in the Delta. Still seeing lots of power outages up there. Power outages have actually been on the rise this evening as those temperatures continue to get colder. That ice still on those power lines, bringing many of those down. Here in Jackson, I talked about the potential for black ice. We are going to have that for much of central Mississippi as well, especially where we saw that rain. South of Interstate 20, we picked up a good 1 to 2 inches of rain in many areas. So whatever moisture is out there, with these temperatures dropping tonight into the teens, we'll have the potential for some slick spots on the roads tomorrow morning. In the Delta, where you've already got ice on the roads, it's not going anywhere. So travel issues will be a concern as we're moving into your Monday. I've got stay off the roads if possible, especially true in the Delta. But even here in central Mississippi, some slick spots will be likely. But our big focus is going to be on this cold air that's moving in. Now, the extreme cold warning has been issued for all of central Mississippi and the Pine Belt. The reason for that, temperatures into the teens and feels like temperatures even lower. We're already seeing those feels like temperatures below 5 degrees in some areas. So this is extreme cold weather. I'm forecasting lows. These are actual temperatures on the thermometer near 16 in Jackson, 13 in Carthage, 22 in Hattiesburg, and then those wind chills. This model is kind of already overdoing those feels like temperatures. We're already below 7 degrees in Yazoo City. We're already feeling like 4 degrees there. So it's going to continue feeling like potentially between 0 and 10 degrees across much of central Mississippi heading into the early morning hours. So get ready for that. Thankfully, a lot of school districts have closed because of winter weather and cold conditions, and so many kids will not have to wait at the bus stop tomorrow morning. But if you're heading out to work or your kid is going to school, bundle up. This is dangerous cold that we're talking about across central Mississippi and the Pine Belt. Clouds will clear as we head throughout the overnight hours. Still expecting partly cloudy skies for most. Then as we head towards tomorrow afternoon, we'll keep partly cloudy skies. We'll see the sun, but it's still going to be cold in the mid to upper 20s for some, low 30s for others, upper 30s in the Pine Belt. 39 in Hattiesburg, 37 for Laurel, 32 in Carthage, and then the upper 20s here in Jackson for Monday afternoon. Low temperatures each night, dipping below freezing over the next 5 days. So waking up tomorrow morning in the teens, feeling like the single digits, likely to remain true on Tuesday as well. As we head through midweek, back into the 20s, upper 20s by Friday. So while these temperatures are going to continue to dip below freezing each night, we're not going to get above freezing tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures in the upper 20s here in Jackson, and to our north and west as well. So the Delta, where y'all have that rain or that sleet, that ice, still out there on those surfaces, it's not going anywhere. So plan on slippery conditions to continue. If we do get some melting by the time we get to Tuesday, that's going to be in the low 40s. So that's our best chance to see some melting. But then as we move into Wednesday morning, we're going to be below freezing once again. So we're going to keep going between, if it melts, then it's going to refreeze at night. Of course, we're going to have some evaporation as well, which will help get rid of some of that moisture, like what we saw today. We had these stronger winds moving in, cold air moving over these puddles of water that enhances its evaporation. So that's why if you looked outside today, this morning, there were more puddles of water than this evening, which is a good thing because we want that water to evaporate because we don't want the black ice. But nonetheless, we're going to be watching for slick conditions through midweek, especially in the Delta, where y'all got all of that freezing rain. But for here in Jackson, talking about the cold temperatures, that's going to be the main focus, but we'll have beautiful days with lots of sunshine. Temperatures warming to the mid-40s by Thursday, lows climbing back up into the upper 20s by Friday morning. Another cold front will move through, knocking our low temperatures back down into the teens likely by Saturday morning. Lows dropping a little as well back into the low 30s. Not expecting any rain for much of central Mississippi from that front the way things look now, but we will keep monitoring that. But for now, plan on a dry 8-day forecast with brutally cold weather being in control. I hope y'all have a great rest this evening. Stay warm. You're going to need that heavy coat. Turn that heat on high this evening. Meteorologist Megan Hanna will be here on Facebook Live and YouTube with your next weather update tomorrow morning. I appreciate y'all watching.